Will and Mallory are joining us from the United Way. Good morning. Good to see you this morning.
Good morning.
Happy New Year. Exciting stuff, huh?
Absolutely. New year, new start.
Is that how that works?
I hope. That's what they tell me.
Yeah, well, obviously there's a lot to look forward to, and you guys are really starting the year off with a big event coming up, which we're going to talk about in a moment. But, Will, you're on all the time. Mallory, folks might not know who you are. Tell us about yourself.
They might not. I am Mallory Spence. I work at the United Way. I do our marketing and finance. That's mainly in events.
That's great. Keeps you busy.
It does keep me busy.
Yeah. Well, we're going to obviously talk about a big event. But first, Will, when you look at the year, when do you start really planning and mapping things out?
We started last fall. Of laying out the new year of, what's coming up, what's happening, what new programs we're looking at, and, but always being open-minded to new things that pop up in the middle of the year too. So, great things are starting to happen, great collaboration between both communities. This first quarter is jam-packed with quite a few events and meetings, and we're excited about it.
Is that part of the fun and the challenge of being in your position, is just sort of those unknowns, like every day's a little different?
Every day's new, different, and it's so fun. You never know who's going to call or what crisis is going to happen, and we just figure it out as we go.
Mallory, for you, it seems like there's so many different components to the United Way, and there's a lot of great things going on. Is that a kind of a fun challenge for you to kind of figure out how everything fits together and how to market all the great things that take place?
Yeah, of course. So, I mean, like he said, every day is different, but especially with all the hats we all have to wear.
Well, we were talking to Kat Thompson there, and I think that was one of the things she said was, even if they bring somebody on who specializes in whatever aspect of the chamber, there's still that, hey, can you carry a table during Oil Heritage Festival, or can you, help out with this event? Sounds like that's sort of the same thing here. You may have the main hat, but there's other hats, on the desk that you can grab if you have to help out with something.
Oh, yeah. Actually, when I got hired on, I was mainly finance, and marketing was kind of thrown at me. So this has all been new. 7 years ago, new, but
time flies, doesn't
yeah.
it? Well, when you look at the year, what really excites you the most?
Combining both communities, working deeper in the communities, looking at what are the true needs of each of the communities, and how we can, realign resources and impact those needs. Not doing the same thing every year, but really looking at the new needs.
And you've talked before, the communities that you're serving, a few miles apart, but there's a lot of differences.
Definitely a lot of differences. The top three needs that we're seeing in both communities are that housing, transportation, and food. But they're so different in both of the communities. Transportation needs are different in both communities. That the food insecurities in both areas are different. The education needs in both communities are slightly different. So, overall, the needs are very similar, but once you start, mowing the grass a little bit, they're so different in each community.
Speaking of which, I watched somebody post a video yesterday of them mowing the grass right now. Yeah, it was crazy.
In our area?
No, it was somewhere else. But
I was going to say.
I thought, well, that's, I'm sure they're excited about it, but...
I could be mowing some grass right now. Let's get rid of it.
It seemed like a lot of changes coming into this year, including a move of one of the offices.
Yep. Our Titusville office moved to the same building, but we're on the third floor. We're in Suite 303, right on the Washington Street entrance. You go up to the third floor. We're right there. You can't miss us. We do have an open house coming up on the 15th. We invite the community to come out 4 to 6, see our new place, meet the board of directors, meet the team, as you'll see some new faces in our office up there, and some old faces. So we invite the community to come out and see the new office.
I keep thinking in my head, we're moving on up.
That's a good one. I didn't think about that one, but
theme, right?
Yeah.
So you can use that, Mallory. If you want.
I might use it. Thank you.
So what goes into the planning of something like that in terms of marketing?
So as far as the open house went, I would say we just really wanted people to come and see us and see what we're doing. So really all we did, we marketed it through some newsletters, email blasts, Facebook. We have a lot of luck with Facebook advertising. I mean, for one, it's inexpensive, and everyone's on Facebook.
That's great. Well, you haven't gotten my bill yet, so that's yeah. That's kind of leads into an event that's coming up, right? The big event coming up, big fundraising event.
Yes, it's our first joint fundraiser between both Venango and Titusville. It is our Cocoa and Cabernet event. It's an indoor wine and chocolate event, and I will let Mallory talk more about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we set it up, it's set up to be like a wine walk. So you purchase a ticket, you get a cup, walk through the vendors, you can sample local wines, but you can also sample local chocolates. We have a couple bakeries coming in, and we also have some florists. You will not be able to sample the flowers.
Oh.
You can't. But so we have 2 time frames for that. So there's one from 1 to 4, and the second one is from 6 to 9. And when you purchase your ticket, you actually pick which time works better for you.
Okay.
Then as far as tickets go, we have general admission. So general admission, the tickets are $25 a piece. Or if there's 2 tickets that you're purchasing, it's $40.
Okay, so I'm not a math whiz, but I'm guessing the couple, you get a little bit of a discount there.
You do.
Okay.
About $10.
So that was too much for me.
And that includes just your regular ticket. You get, like I said, your cup to walk through, taste the chocolate, sample the wines, purchase what you want. And then we also have VIP admission. So those tickets are going to be $40 a piece or $70 for a couple. And just to stop you right there is a discount on that one as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you see the smoke coming out
I
of my
did.
ears?
I just wanted to save you any trouble
Thank
there.
you very much.
The VIP includes an hour early entry. We'll have live music, some light appetizers, and there's a private seating area. So you could actually purchase your wines and go sit. It'll be upstairs in the same building. And you can sit there, drink your wine, have a few snacks, and listen to some live music.
Can you eat the flowers there?
You cannot eat you could, I guess.
Okay.
There are some edible flowers. But I
I'm
don't
sure
know
they're
if
not. I'm sure
okay.
they're not toxic. They just might not taste good.
That sounds like that's going to be a good time.
Yeah, we're hoping.
So the money raised will be used for what?
The money raised will go back to our programs in both communities. It'll be split between both communities for programming of our residents.
That sounds fantastic, and you're gonna have a great time.
Absolutely, it's you can stop by, get your wine, get your chocolate, and your flowers all in one spot. The week before, you can order it. It's trying to make sure everyone gets their Valentine's Day gift.
Yeah, we thought it would be nice where it could be a nice outing for friends to go through as far as the wine walk aspect goes, but also it could be looked at as like a romantic getaway for couples, or maybe if there's like any last minute people that need to still buy flowers and chocolates.
The location.
It is at Road Center, which is in Venango. It's at the old Venango campus.
Penn West, the old Penn West Venango campus, the Road Center. We're going to rent the whole Road Center out and transform it.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
Does Mallory know this?
I do.
Okay. All right.
She wasn't so happy, but she's on board now.
Sometimes it's we're going to do this, and when I say we, I mean you're going to do this.
That happens a lot.
This is the part of the interview that I really wanted to get into here today. We're going to work everything out for this year. No, so that sounds like that's going to be a great location, great event, and it's 1 to 4 or 6 to 9. And again, you're offering an opportunity for folks to kind of figure out what works best for them.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and then with the VIP, of course, the hour early. So it would be, you could either come at noon or at 5 for those VIP tickets.
That's fantastic. Limited amount of tickets or? if you sell 2,000 of them, you'll sell.
If we sell 2,000, we would be ecstatic for one, and we probably would have to cut it off. But I would say for each one, we could probably hold around
300, 350.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And then where can they get tickets? Do they need to have a physical ticket? Do you buy them online? How does that work?
Buy them actually right on our website. So if you go to United Way, it's on the United Way Venango's website.
Okay.
So United Way VC. Actually, what is it?
UnitedWayVC.org.
I always get a little confused between the two.
Yeah.
And then if you go to our events tab, you would purchase tickets there, and right on that form you can drop down which time frame you want.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, so just
Super simple.
and sort of the reaction from the vendors who are going to be coming. Are they excited? This sounds like this is going to be a great opportunity for them to kind of let people know what they do.
Absolutely. You know, it's that winter months that they don't have a whole lot going on. It's right before Valentine's Day, a way to, you know, get that last minute gift. They were super excited. And then adding the chocolate component is different than most wine walks. So you'll be able to sample those chocolates and purchase, you know, chocolate covered strawberries or your baked goods for Valentine's Day ahead of time. You can do it right there. You don't have to think about it again. You just have to pick them up from the vendor and make it all happen.
Now, one of the things I think you probably heard from some folks who said thank you for not putting it right on Valentine's Day because it's busy for them, but this is an opportunity to take advantage of things right before Valentine's Day. So
absolutely, you know, Valentine's Day is a special one for a lot of people, and we know it's a special holiday and wanted to make sure they're prepared for it. So
did my wife tell you to tell me that? Okay.
Yeah, you should buy tickets for her and bring her.
There you go.
So
VIP tickets.
VIP tickets, right?
Then you don't
hungry
have
for a flower.
Yeah.
No eating flowers.
Oh, right. Let's get that put out there one more time. Mallory, for you, when you look at the calendar and just, again, you know, it seems like every year's the same but different, right? How do you kind of gauge 2025? What excites you?
What excites me? So right now is probably, as far as my job goes, is my busiest time of year. We have the campaign going. We have multiple events coming up. So I'm pretty excited for summer.
That's great. Now, when it comes to the campaign, how much work goes into preparing for a campaign, getting it going, and getting that last push to hit goals? Is that fun? Is that challenging?
I would say it's challenging, and every year is different because with everything changing constantly, we never know exactly how everything is going to work out. I would say as far as that goes, though, even me being here for only 7 years, it is kind of like we know how it's going to work overall. We need to start planning usually around June to get who's going to help us, what letter are we going to send out. But it's just kind of like an all year.
Yeah. It's funny because even we were talking with Kat at the Venango Chamber about, you know, summer and festivals, and I know people think like that's 7 months from now, but it comes like that, and you have to be prepared, you have to be ready to go, and you have to sort of take in what's coming across your desk between now and then, right? To say, oh, you know what, we met this person, maybe they would be great for this aspect. So, yeah, there's a lot to it.
Yeah, I mean, even this Cocoa and Cabernet event, I bet you we started talking about this in August. So.
Yeah. Well, I'll ask this question in a minute. Let's do this real quick. You're watching The Morning Drill on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Talking about the United Way with Will and Mallory here this morning. It seems like anymore people are planning way ahead, right? So you have to be out in front, especially with other organizations putting events out. You want to make sure you have a date, the location, the time, all that stuff set in advance. So that means you have to plan ahead of time. And I've talked to a lot of people who still haven't picked up on that, where they go, I think we're going to do this next month. Like, no, you can't. There's 10 other things going on. So is that part of that challenge then, that where you're looking ahead and going, okay, if we're going to do it, we need to do it?
Yes. Yeah, I would say yes. So like you said, there's so many events going on all the time that we try to get out at least to save the date so that people know about it. But at the same time, even though we have to have a venue and a date and a time frame, a lot of people, I think, anymore are trying to wait till last minute to make their own personal plans because they don't know what could come up. And I really feel like that's happened since COVID. Everyone's like, well, I'm going to wait till like a week before because who knows what's going to be going on.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is, you really want these events to get shared when you post on social media, and sometimes that takes a little bit. So if you're ahead of the game, you've got more time for that stuff to kind of make its way out. But
yeah, if I can just put a plug in there right now, we have this event all over both of our Facebook pages if anyone wants to share it.
There you go. Will, benefits of investing in the United Way when somebody gives. Obviously, there's a lot of great programs. Talk a little bit about those programs. Talk about those needs that you'd still like to push and get that community to rally around.
Yep, every dollar that's given to our local United Ways here stay right in the community. It's an investment that we're making back to our residents and back to our communities at our organization. And we work with amazing partners on both sides. There's 9 in the Titusville area. There's 13 in the Venango area. But also our internal programs that we're working on, the Imagination Library, the Vita Tax Service, David's Gardens in the Titusville community, our career camps, our Imagination Library in Venango, our career counselors, our education programs. Those are just naming a few programs that we're reinvesting to tackle those needs, making sure every kid is reading at the 3rd grade reading level, making sure every senior has an exit plan out of high school, no matter what it is, workforce, higher education, tech track. Just making sure everyone has an exit plan, making sure everyone has affordable housing, great transportation to get to their needs.
I have a hard time picturing the Imagination Library. How does that work?
Go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
Imagination Library is through the Dollywood Foundation. It is a program that we invest for our families and kids in both communities. Actually, it's now Venango, Titusville, and Forest County that we oversee. So families can sign up free of charge, and the program runs birth to 5. The families can sign up the kids as soon as they're born, and they can get a series of 60 books to start their own library at home. It's similar back to the day of the highlights that you got every month.
Yeah.
They're getting
I know.
they're getting an age-appropriate book. It starts out with The Little Engine That Could, with a little letter from Dolly saying you're now in this program, and then it goes to age-appropriate books, the black and white, big pictures, to little short stories, all the way to now I'm ready for kindergarten. Our hopes is to...
I'm the step before that.
Yeah.
We might have one at the office if you want it.
Okay.
We'll bring it
know.
next time.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Our hopes is to raise that 3rd grade reading level, make sure every kid is ready to enter their education. But it's also shining light on family interaction with the program. That kid gets that book in their name right in their mailbox. They're bugging their parents to read that book. They're spending that 5-10 minutes a day that can really change a kiddo's life. It opens wide conversations about, careers, bullying, drugs, just everyday peer pressure that the kids have just sitting around that table. That family interaction of that hot meal, dinner time, that you actually have that conversation is not there for many families because of many situations. Getting that book, bugging that parent to read, really opens a world of conversation for those kids. So,
and for some, I mean, that's an escape from reality for a little bit. If their reality is not a very good place to be, right?
Absolutely. So, if they can't have that conversation for the parent working 2 jobs, they have that book that they can sit in their room and actually have their own time, and they can explore and imagine what's in that book if they can't read. We have I believe 1,700 kids in the Venango community signed up, Venango and Forest,
Wow.
And we have about 400 in the Titusville community signed up.
That's incredible.
Well, and one of my favorite things about the program is that there's no income guidelines. So it is available to anybody in any of these communities, because we know that a lot of the time it's not an income barrier, it might be something else.
How do they get the books?
They're mailed directly to their addresses.
Okay,
once a month.
Parents' name, kid's name?
Kid's name.
See, that was the other part of highlights that as a kid, I mean, the power of something coming to your house with your name on it is pretty special.
Yep.
Unless it's a credit card bill, then that's a little different.
Yeah.
Someone
You
else
know,
can have
if a kiddo doesn't get its book on a regular on their week that they're normally getting it, parents are calling because the kids are bugging. Where are their books? They want to make sure they're getting their books. So it's a great program. I'll put it out there that, you know, it's $30 a year for every child to be enrolled in that program. So it's a large investment for the United Way to provide this program.
Because United Way covers it. I think there's sometimes a misconception that Dolly covers it, but actually United Way does fundraising and fundraises to be able to support the program.
Again, that's why it's important to get involved in events like what you have coming up next month. So,
Absolutely.
And highlights. Boy, that was just... of course, I got it just to read the articles, not look at pictures. I read the articles.
Oh, no, me. It was all finding the clues in the book.
Yeah, I was going to say there's so many fun games.
Yeah.
Oh, highlights, right?
Highlights, yeah.
Open house coming up
Absolutely.
on the 15th of January.
Yep.
And then, of course, the big event. What's the date, location?
It's February 1st, Cocoa and Cabernet, either from 1 to 4 or 6 to 9.
All right. Good to see you. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.